So just come into the chair and come into the mindfulness of the body. And do that just by accessing the breath. We have a couple of options with working with the breath. 2 different methods we've really used in this class. We have taken the focus, the awareness to the entire length of the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. We've also worked with just an easier, simpler mode of that, where we're just kind of waking up, touching the breath as it comes in, and then same thing on the way out, just sort of touching the breath and letting it go, and not kind of carrying any anxiety about missing pieces of it at all. All right. So find the architecture of your seat. Start with the soles of the feet on the earth, on your mat or the floor in front of you. Lift the toes and set them down. Good. And just come to awareness of whatever sensation is occurring in the inner arches and the ankles. And then start to track up the lower leg to the knees. Just notice the bend in the knees. Again, track up through the thighs, and maybe now feel the hands on the thighs or the knees. Bring that slight forward tilt, that anterior tilt to the pelvis. Again, that helps just to accentuate the curve of the low back, just accentuate slightly that natural curve, and give some buoyancy to the chest, to the torso. Good. From here, bring awareness to the shoulders. Just gently lift the shoulders up towards the ears, and then pull them back together towards the spine, towards the midline of the body, and then let them descend. Good. Back of the neck grows long, crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Chin tucks just slightly. Gaze can be down on the floor in front of you, or already right here, just gently close the eyes. Good. And now notice if you've held any tension in the body, maybe in the stomach or the breathing muscles around the diaphragm. And take a long inhalation. Relax any tension. And then a slow exhalation. Good. Swinging the awareness this morning to the abdomen, to the stomach, as you breathe in, knowing you're breathing in, feeling the abdomen expand on that inhalation, slowly contracting gently on the exhalation. Good. A couple breaths like that with awareness of the movement in the abdomen, the expansion and contraction, filling up, ballooning out, and then contracting again on the exhale without collapse. And keeping the awareness in the entire length of that filling, and the entire length of that contracting. Or if the mind's clock speed is fast today, and it is, that's the nature of the mind, just touching it as it comes in with awareness, and then same thing, just mindfully as it contracts. Good. Ballooning up, out on the inhale. Exhale, release. Good. On your inhale, feel as if you pull the breath all the way through the body, starting with the feet, drawing it up from the floor, from the earth, expanding into the torso, chest, sternum opens, crown of the head opens. Good, and then on the exhale, as you release, just send it right back. And just another one like that, collecting, inhale, whole body. Exhale, feel the whole body, let it go. Good. Good. After this cycle of breath, you can gently flutter the eyes open if they were closed. And just shift the body a little bit. Start to make some movements. We'll come into the movement practice now. Sticking with the breath, cue with the breath, of course, but always remember that's the primary practice, certainly of yoga. In that at any time, if any of the movements become challenging, feel free to modify them. Just come back to the chair and return to that awareness of breath, that mindfulness of breath. Excuse me. Good. All right. We'll start with the those universal arms that we have, bringing the hands to heart center, palms touch, fingertips touch. And just feel that connection here for a moment. The palms together, and then track back down to the soles of the feet. Feel those against the mat. Good. And then just bring a little bit more awareness back into the palms. Push the palms, but just a little bit of tension. Good. Arms start to engage just slightly. Good. And then exhale wherever you are. On the inhale, raise the elbows out towards the sides. And then exhale, interlace the fingers. Take the arms forward. Drop the head, but don't collapse the chest. Let the chest stay lifted. Inhale, spin the palms forward, raise the arms overhead, long side body, and pause here for a moment in this seated hastasana. Find some length along the sides of the body. Crown of the head grows long, spine is long, but the sits bones really root down into the chair. Good, just that extra breath here, feeling the palms, the ring fingers lift towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, float the arms. Keep them engaged, but float them down to the sides. Feel the palms come down towards the sides. And then inhale, hands back to center. Push the palms. And exhale. Good. Inhale, raise the elbows. Exhale, interlace the fingers, arms forward, head drops, but chest stays lifted. Inhale, spin the palms forward, stretch up, long side body, palms reach. Exhale, part the hands, float the arms down to the sides. Inhale, hands at center. Exhale. Good. Inhale, elbows come out to the side and up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, arms forward, head drops, chest lifts. Inhale, spin the palms forward first, and then reach up, long side body. And then exhale, split the hands, keep the arms engaged, float the arms down to the sides. Good. Hands back on the knees. Exhale wherever you are in the breath cycle. And then again, come back to the abdomen, come back to the torso. Big inhale, ballooning the belly. And then a nice and slow exhale. Good. A couple more moves in the chair. We'll do as we normally do, warming up the spine and pelvis. So start right in on those hip circles. Just taking this gently to begin with. Noticing sensation here in the hips. And coming back to the breath. And if you greet the hips with kind of negativity, there's maybe some chronic pain. That's normal, certainly normal for us. And just starting to bring just kind of awareness to that immediate reaction that we have towards stuff like that. And then just trying to abide in that reaction, to diminish really the reactivity, just staying with that feeling, noting it. And then over time, kind of distributing that reaction, letting it fade, and bringing some equanimity really to that experience. Good. After your next cycle, pause in the center. Just let the spine stay neutral for a moment. Good. And then reverse the direction of that circle. And for me, coming this way, it's always a little bit more tender in my right low back. It's usually somewhat of a loud sensation for me. I just try to breathe into that space, move through that space, and just watch the sensation come on and then dissipate. Sticking with that breathing, if Ujjayi breath is in your practice, coming to that rhythmic wave of breath, the slight constriction of the throat, sounds like the ocean. Good, using that to keep the focus, to keep the awareness. It also really helps to establish calm. Good. One more rotation and then pause in neutral. Let the spine grow long again. If the shoulders have lifted, let them depress or descend again. Good. One mindful breath here. Nice. And then a little more articulation with the spine, some flexion and extension. If you want to take these cat and cows on the floor in a tabletop position, you're more than welcome. I know many of you do that. But otherwise, just stay in the chair and really use the pelvis here as a kind of fulcrum. So we'll start really with that attention in the low back, all right? With the primary movement coming from the pelvis, so that in this kind of gentle cow pose, the spine, or the pelvis, has a little bit more of that anterior tilt, that forward tilt that we've been working on. And then for the cat, instead of really pulling the shoulders up towards the ears this time, just think about kind of sucking or pulling the tailbone under. All right, so you can also use the navel as as the center point for this too. Good. So really articulating the low spine. And let it come through its range of motion today, wherever that is. No need to push it. Just a moderate exaggeration. Good. Come back to the breath and move again at your own pace. Really sync this movement with the breath. It can be nice and slow, but maybe you're warmed up already. Maybe you already did a couple hours of yoga. I don't know. And so you're ready for some more vigorous movement. Totally fine. It's your practice. Everything is an option. Good. And then just come back to neutral and pause for a moment. One mindful breath, clear the space between that pose and the next. Good. And now really shift the attention. We'll move into the cat and cow again, but I want you to really focus the awareness, the focal point of your awareness on the mid back and the upper back. All right. So with the cow spine, right, where you have the arch, or you're accentuating the arch of the low back, take that back just a little bit and think about more of the chest and the heart. You can use the hands on the knees to just provide some traction, and think about pulling the heart through the shoulders even. So the elbows bend towards the side ribs, and then you're really bringing that focus to the heart. The collarbone spreads, sternum pushes forward. Nice. And then same thing, you can use the palms to push, again, providing traction. And now when you're moving into the cat pose, do let the tailbone come under the torso, but really think about pulling the shoulders up towards the ears and rounding the upper spine, okay? Good. And then create fluidity between those places. So the heart comes forward, and then it sinks back towards the back of the chair. Breathe out, rounding the spine, head probably drops, shoulders lift towards the ears. And then again on the inhale, you're really pulling the heart through. Good. It takes a little bit more mindfulness here, just to limit the entire kind of rocking of the pelvis. There's a little bit of that, but we're really taking, again, the focal point to the mid back and the upper back. Good, and I have to move a little bit slower here to keep that kind of awareness and articulation on that part of the spine. But really come back to the breath. Nice. Maybe one more round of these. And that seems good. Come back to neutral. Chin tucked slightly, crown of the head lifts. Arms are gentle. Nice long inhalation. Fill the belly, relax the breathing muscles. And then slow exhalation. Good. And then just some very easy twists. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and then with the right hand either on the chair seat or maybe the back or just the thigh even, just gently rotate the heart, gently rotate the spine towards the right, and maybe take the chin towards the right shoulder. Don't go very far. Don't even go towards your edge. Still warming up. Good. See what it feels like to breathe in this position. Been breathing in the abdomen already for the last 20 minutes or so. See what it feels like here. Good. On the exhale, go ahead and release. Undo that. The spine, just readjust for a moment in neutral. And then inhale, fill the belly. Relax the breathing muscles. And then as you exhale, twist to the left. Take the right palm to the outside of the left thigh. And just a gentle, easy twist. Maybe the chin tracks towards the left shoulder. Good. Back of the neck is long. See what it feels like to breathe into the belly here. Good. On your exhale, undo it. Come back to neutral. Good. And then extend the spine, let it grow long, that axial extension. Nice. And then as you inhale, take the left arm out to the side and then just take it overhead. And this time bend at the left elbow, take it across, and then start to stretch the left side body. To facilitate that a little more, bring awareness to the left hip, to the left sits bone, and just create the action of pushing that into the chair as then the elbow lifts towards the ceiling and then comes over across the head. Maybe the right hand comes across to hold the outside of the left thigh. If you want a little more, you can cradle the head, the side of the head with the left hand. Good. Inhale, come back to neutral. Pause for a moment, let the spine adjust in neutral. Good. And then as you inhale next time, take the right arm out, bring it overhead, bending at the elbow, come across. Good, and then feel the intercostal muscles start to open, stretch, the ribs opening on the right side body. Ground the right hip, right sits bones down into the chair. And then find length on that right side. Lift the elbow up towards the ceiling. And maybe take the side or the back of the head, the skull, with the right hand. Left arm can drape across the lap. Hold the right thigh for a little more stability. And also to help the right hip come down into the chair seat. Good. Breathing here. Expanding the right side. Good, and then on your exhale, release. Back to neutral. Long, deep inhalation. Slow exhalation. Good. And then as you inhale next time, fill the belly. And then exhale, gently hinge forward, and then drape the torso on the thighs. Let the hands, the arms come down by the sides or wherever they come. Maybe they come to a stack of books or your yoga blocks if you have them. And then relax the neck, relax the jaw. Breathe into the back body. As you inhale, feel the back body expand, skin expand. And then that slow exhale, feel everything pull gently in, contract. Good. Very mindfully, very slowly, push into the soles of the feet. Tighten the legs just a little bit. Give yourself a strong base. And then roll up. Palms help you come up. Nice and slow. Good. And feel the circulation shift. Blood moving. And here, just come into the echoes of all those poses we've just done. Breathing in mindfully, aware of the inhalation. And breathing out slowly, aware of the exhalation. Good. A little bit of range of motion. So we'll start with head and neck. Inhale with the head and neck in neutral, facing forward. And then as you exhale, take the chin over towards the right shoulder. Good. Let's pause for one breath here. Good. And then on the inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, take the chin over towards the left shoulder. Good. Feel the length along the right side of the neck. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, left shoulder. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, nice and slow. Good. A little bit more with the head and neck, or really the neck. We'll do this wrap around, right? So you'll recognize this. So take the right arm straight out to the side, thumb pointing up, and then from the shoulder, rotate the entire arm down so that the thumb points down. Now hinge at the elbow, bend the elbow, and then wrap that arm around the body. Place the arm, you can make a fist or keep the hand open. To start, place it on the low back, wherever it comes on the low back. If you have a strap or a shirt or something like that and you want to grab and hold with the other arm, that's acceptable, absolutely. But if you have the range of motion, just bring the hand on the low back. Start here, we're going to first open this anterior shoulder. So with that hand, now do make a fist. And if a fist is hard to make in this position, just leave the hand open, not a problem. But otherwise, make a fist against the low back. And then push the fist into the low back. Create that engagement down there. And then at the same time, feel this front of the chest, the anterior chest, and this front shoulder start to open. Track that back towards the back of the chair, just a little bit. Good. Good. And then release that tension of the hand on the low back and creep that hand a little bit more around the side body. If you can, take the left arm, bend at the left elbow, and wrap the right hand around the bicep, the elbow, or the left forearm. So arm is tucked really close to the side ribs. Again, this is a good place for a belt or a strap. You could hold with that, a shirt or a towel. You can also just grab the back of your shirt. Good. Here, find just a little bit of length in the spine. Spread the collarbone wide, and then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Good. Find length between the right ear and the right shoulder here. Good. And then in this position, just experiment with sensation. Take the head on its axis where it is, shaking it no in this lengthened position. Or yes. Good. I'm just feeling the neck muscles on the right side, lengthening, shifting. And just breathe into the sensations you meet there. Nice. Good. And then instead of just popping out of it, take the left palm to the side of the face and then push the palm and use that to bring the head back to neutral. Good. Release the right arm. Nice. And then rest that right arm, right hand on the thigh for a moment. And then feel the sensation fade in the front of the chest and the anterior shoulder. Good. When you're ready, take the left arm out, thumb points up. Rotate that whole arm from the shoulder, thumb points down, hinge at the elbow, and then wrap that hand around the low back and then rest it on the low back. Good. With the hand open or making a fist, push that fist or the hand, the back of the hand into the low back. Good. And then feel the front of the chest start to open. You can even pull the elbow back towards the seat of the chair, the back rest of the chair. Good. Just one big breath here. And then take that left hand around. See if you can find the right elbow crease or the right forearm or the right bicep, or you have your belt, your towel, your shirt, and you can grab onto that. Good. Take the left shoulder down a hair and then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, finding length between the left ear and the left shoulder. And then same thing as before with the head and neck in this position. Just rotate the head and neck on this axis. See what it feels like to shake the head no. And yes. Jutting the chin up, out. Good, but breathing mindfully into the neck muscles on the left side. And then instead of popping out of it, take the right palm to the right cheek and push the head back up to neutral. Good, pause here. Good. Good. And then we'll move to stand. We'll have a little bit of our standing series now. So have the chair ready to go. It can be mobile too. You might want blocks too. You might not need any of those props. But to begin with, we'll keep working on strengthening the lift off out of the chair. So again, find the architecture of the body in the chair, feel the soles of the feet really start to ground down. You know, feel the ground reactionary force support you in that motion. You're pushing down, but it's pushing back. Good, so tighten all that, tighten the calf muscles, feel the thighs start to engage. And now bring engagement to the hamstrings even, and the glutes. Start to hinge forward. You can have the hands on the knees if you like, or just out in front of you for balance. And then really start to push into the feet, squeeze the butt, lift up off the chair, maybe an inch or two, and then release, let go, relax. Good. Another time into this Utkatasana or fierce chair pose lift off. Push into the soles of the feet, engage all the leg muscles, engage the glutes, start to hinge forward. You're gonna come up out of the chair, you're gonna come up out of the chair, you're lifting, hovering off, and now really do push. Come up all the way to stand. Reach up when you get up there, look up, big breath in, and then exhale, release. Hands heart center. Good. Hands at hips. Inhale here, mindfully, root down through the feet. Exhale mindfully, nice and slow. Good. We'll start with a little bit of, we're not going to do any sun salutations. We don't do that really in this class too much. We save that for the other class. But we'll do some low back strengthening just using those half lifts. So one good technique, and I know many of you use it, is to use the chair seat, so that you're not coming all the way down to the ground, you're not dropping the head below the heart, down below the hips, that kind of thing. All right? So, and I'm going to face this way, actually. So I'm a little closer to this standalone microphone. Feet hip width distance apart. Good. Find the hip points and just locate those. Good. And then shoulder blades come together towards the spine and slide down. Nice. And then inhale here. And then exhale, bend at the knees and hinge at the hips, keeping the back straight as you spill the heart forward. And then if you come down all the way, that's fine when you come to blocks, but also just think about the chair as that support. All right? Good. You're in this forward fold, Uttanasana. And now come into Ardha Uttanasana, or the half lift. So you can leave the hands on the chair and just use that for support. Or if they're in front of you, just drag the fingers up, the shins, maybe even all the way up to the thighs. And then create a nice and long spine here. Back of the neck is long, so take the gaze down in front of you. Good. Good. On your exhale, again, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Long spine, take the gaze down in front of you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice and long spine, halfway lift. Engage the hamstrings here. What does that feel like? Good. Exhale, last time, fold gently, bend the knees. Good. And then the last time, inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice and long spine here. Paraspinal muscles are quite engaged. Good, feel that engagement, just one more breath. And then bend the knees, sink the hips back. Just drop into an easy Utkatasana and then push into the soles of the feet, lift all the way up. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up, nice and long stretch. Lift out of the pelvis. Exhale, hands and heart center, Tadasana. Nice, good job. Good. And we'll work on a little bit of our warrior poses. We've been working on Warrior 1 in this class, or our modified versions of that, so always have the chair nearby. So let's come into that pose. So starting, let's bring the left foot forward, the right foot back. Right foot is at a 45-degree angle or a 30-degree angle, just facing off to the side of the mat. And your feet are just as wide as makes sense in your body. They're not on the same track. They're not on a balance beam. I want you to experiment really with taking the feet wide. For me in this pose even, I almost come almost all the way with to the width of my mat. Good. And then from here, starting with a straight front leg, bend into that left knee until the left knee stacks on top of the ankle, or you're working towards it stacking on top of that ankle. Good. Now find the hips. Again, locate the hip points. And then take the right hand to the right hip and rotate the right hip forward just until it stops. All right, so don't go cranking on it. Don't be trying to get these hip points to square off with the mat or anything like that. Let them square with your body to where it stops. And then go ahead and find the shoulder points and let those sync up, match up with the hip points. Good. Good. And from this position, you can leave the hands on the hips if that feels comfortable. Bring the hands to heart center. Good, strong base, strong engagement with the legs. Good, if you want more, feel like what we've been working on, starting to scissor the legs together, or creating the action of trying to pull the soles of the feet together along that diagonal underneath you. Good. Spine is long here. It's in a neutral position here. Good. Strong engagement of the left thigh. Good. And then on the inhale, go ahead and straighten that left leg. Good. And then exhale, bend into the knee. Raise the arms if you like. Pause here for a moment, collect yourself. And then again, inhale and straighten. If you want more, bring the arms into cactus, like an imaginary pull down. Strong engagement of the arms and of the back. The shoulder blades come together and slide down. Good. Exhale, sink into the left knee. Maybe arms come up, stretch up. Good. Inhale again, cactus the arms, straighten the left knee, shoulder blades together and down, chest lifts. Good. And then last time, exhale, arms come up, bend into the left knee. Good. And then release, undo it. Step out of that pose. Nice. Good. Coming to the other side. We'll cue a little bit less here since you're more familiar, but take the right foot out, left foot back at 45 degrees. Nice wide angle. Good. Bend into the right knee. Take the left hand on the left hip. Rotate the left hip forward until it stops. Line up the shoulders, the front of the shoulders with those hip points. Good. And this is your pose. Squeeze the left glute. Feel that engage. Squeeze the right glute under the body. Really bring a lot of stability to the base here. If you want more, see what it feels like to create the action of trying to suction the feet together. Good. Hands at heart center for a moment. Inhale here. Good, and then exhale, straighten into that right leg. Raise the arms here for a moment. We'll leave them here. Exhale, bend into that knee, right knee. Good. Inhale, come back up. This time, cactus the arms. Feel like you're pulling down. Good. Exhale, sink into the right knee. Inhale, straighten, cactus the arms, pull down, chest lifts. Exhale, arms up, palms together if that's accessible. Sink into that front knee. Strong legs, one moment here, strong core. Nice. And then inhale, release, undo it. Good. Good. All right, bring the chair out and let's see what is the best. We'll start with the right leg going forward. So I think, the chair just needs to kind of be here, right? We're coming into triangle or trikonasana, right? The version that we've been working on. All right, so here come into a warrior two base legs. So here you do have a heel to arch alignment. My back foot, my left foot is parallel with the short side of the mat. Right foot extends straight out. Bend again into that right knee so that the right knee starts to stack or tries to stack on top of the ankle. Good. In here, let's just start with those warrior two arms. So take the arms out when you found your base. Good. Good, long spine. And then pull the shoulder blades together, slide them down the spine, stretch them back out, take the gaze over the front fingertips. Good. And then moving into trikonasana here, straighten the right leg, right knee. Take the left hand to the left hip. Start to take the right arm forward and come down. You can bring it to the chair seat. You can bring it to the shin. Or you can start to bring it all the way down to the floor. if you had the chair, or excuse me, the hand on the chair, with this left hand, rotate the left hip point down just a couple of degrees, not very many. Good. And then from there, pull the right glute under the body. The right hip starts to come under the body. Good. From this position now, turn the heart out towards the side of the room. And then inhale, raise the left hand. Drishti or gaze can come up towards the left thumb. It can stay in neutral, or you can look down at the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. As you inhale, bend into that right knee, and then bring the right forearm to the top of the thigh, or you're using the chair, right? Resting the forearm on the chair seat. For this version of Utthita Parso Konasana, or extended side angle, today I'm going to bring my forearm to the chair seat. With the back of, or with the left arm, sweep that arm under first to really mobilize the shoulders. You don't bring any impingement to it. And then bring it on top of the left ear. Good. Here again, remind the heart to turn out towards the side. Good. Left ribs spiral up towards the ceiling. Soles of the feet really engaged on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, gently drop that arm, bring it to the hip, come up, straighten that knee, and then rotate the foot out, shake it all out, walk it out, and then get ready to switch sides. Good, so starting with Warrior Two base, left foot forward this time, bending into the left knee stacks on top of the left ankle, heel to arch alignment. Good, lift the pelvis, lift the sternum out of the pelvis here, hands on hips. Good, and then inhale, take the arms out, gaze comes over the left fingertips. Shoulder blades come together on the spine and then slide down. Good. Inhale here. And then exhale, straighten the left leg. Take the right hand to the right hip. Start to pull the left arm forward, hinging on that left side hip as you come down. And then start to place the hand on the chair seat or the shin of the leg. Good. From there, with the right hand on the right hip, rotate the right pelvis or the right hip point down just a couple of degrees. Good. And then from there, rotate from the heart. So you might even take the hand to the heart and pull it up and then stretch the right arm up. Good. Again, drishti or gaze can be up at the right thumb, neutral, or down. Good, a couple breaths here. Feel the left hip, left glute pulling under the body. Come back to the cycle of breath. Good. And then inhale, bend into that left knee and take the left forearm to the left thigh or the chair seat. On this side, I'm going to take it to the thigh. Good, and then take the right arm back and then spin it under first and then up overhead. And again, remind the chest to turn outwards. Good, so there's this lateral flexion of the spine, and then there's moderate rotation of the spine as well. Good. Couple breaths here. Strong legs. Good. Inhale. Come all the way back up, pass through warrior two for a moment, and then straighten the left leg, step it out, and walk it out. Good, and then come back to the seat, come back to the chair. Good, find the architecture of your seat again, the seated Tadasana, seated mountain. Good. And we'll end with just a little bit of our deeper twists where we normally start to end. Take the knees together off towards the right, so sit sideways in the chair, and create a long spine here. Good. And take the hands to the back of the chair, the sides of the chair. And then inhale, again, find length with the spine. And then pull with the left hand, push with the right, and turn the heart towards the back. Good, maybe you have the range of motion where the chin starts to track towards the right shoulder. A couple of mindful breaths here. As you exhale, undo it. Let the knees pass through neutral. And then let the knees go off towards the left. Good. Again, find a long spine. Back of the neck is long, chin slightly tucked. Hands come to the sides of the chair back. As you inhale, extend the spine. And then exhale, pull them out with the right hand, push with the left to help then turn the heart, turn the lungs towards the back of the chair. Good. Low back doesn't really rotate much. Good. On your exhale, undo it. Come back to neutral. Pause here in neutral. Let the spine adjust. Did a lot with the spine today. We do a lot with the spine in this class. Take it through all its ranges of motion. Good. And then either stay here if that feels okay, or inhale here, and then nice slow exhale, hinge forward, forward, fold like we did earlier, draping the torso across the thighs. Good. Relax the head and neck, relax the jaw, relax the temples. Good. One more round of breath. And then with a long inhale, slowly come back up to sit. And we'll close with just a little bit of breath work. So find a comfortable seat. Again, find that architecture of the spine that liberates the chest a bit. Helps bring buoyancy to the chest, just that slight forward tilt of the pelvis. Good. And you can close the eyes here if that feels comfortable. And we'll work with our counting as we've been doing. Good. Wherever you are in the breath cycle, go ahead and exhale everything out. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Adding pauses. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming back. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Release all that. Gently open the mouth. Relax. Come back to a normal rhythm of breath. Good. And then if it feels comfortable, you can take the back against the seat back. Close the eyes. And just take another minute here in the final resting pose. Inhale, feeling the whole body, the whole of the practice. And then an exhale, releasing all that, giving it back. Good. Gently, mindfully come back to awareness of breath. We'll end with just one more final moment together. You can bring the hands to heart center, palms meet, fingertips meet. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Thanks to you for joining me this morning. I hope that was of benefit to you and your body. Have a lovely rest of your day. See you next time. Namaste.